it looks like we have one here that started to peep through yesterday, but it's been at the same stage. Like nothing has changed as far as it going around the shell. So I may have to do an operation today, aka a C-section. I know a lot of people talk and certainly are opposed to that, saying that let them get out of the egg on their own. If you do, they're weaker. That is true, but also the opposite applies. If you allow it to stay there, that film, all right, so that is the shell, that the triangular part there that's on top of the other shell. It's actually the outer shell, so that stuff, the white thing below it, it's a film that covers the egg inside, or rather the chick inside the egg. So when they remove the shell by peeping through and the shell comes off, if that stays over them, that actually shrinks because it dries and it sticks to their body, and when it goes over their nostrils, it suffocates them. Additionally, if it doesn't go over the nostrils and it just covers their body, it shrinks her. It almost acts like shrink wrap around a person, and the chick cannot move or maneuver, and they try and try and try, and they ultimately give up and die. So the option is allowing them to stay in the egg, and they're 99% of the time will die, or attempt to help them out of the shell, let them come out. They're going to be weaker, but at least in my experience, 40 to 45% of the time, or 4 to 5 eggs out of 10, or chicks within the eggs out of 10 will survive. They often tend to be weaker, sort of slower, but eventually they'll catch up and they grow to be normal chicks. So a couple of people have asked me, I've had a conversation with them about, I do these C-sections where I help them out of the egg, but I've never put it on video. So if this afternoon this chick doesn't come out, then I'll come down here at lunchtime and I will help it out of the shell, and hopefully I'll have either my wife or my son help me film it. And it's sort of like it's not a gruesome process, but you know, it's not for someone with a weak stomach. So I will give a warning prior to starting, and you can either fast forward it, and I'll let you know how long the part is so that you're able to fast forward to the next part, because I'm doing these videos in segments, and then I'm going to put them all together and upload it as one. Okay, so that's the circle of life. One trying, one didn't make it, and the other one just moved on me. I don't even know where he's at. Oh, he's next to the other one. Oh my God, that's a horrible sight. So I guess he still thinks he's alive, and he's just laying right next to him. So I can't wait to put him back with the other ones that I took out. And I'll turn the camera real quick. These are the ones I took out yesterday, and the black one I had inside the incubator when I recorded it. But since then, last night actually, he was nice and healthy, so I just put him back with the other ones, and you can see they're all doing really nice. They've established their pecking order. They're not pecking at each other like they were from the video. The one I did yesterday. Let me try to. I guess it's not doing it. It's just going through. The phone wants to focus into the metal parts of the cage, so I gotta put it in between. But you can see them; they're doing really nice. Now they're attacking that plastic. That's shrink wrap. that I put around so I don't get a whole bunch of dust down here in my basement. And the dust buildup is from actually the food. When they break down the food, they peck at it and it just becomes dust and it flies all over the air and into my basement. Then my wife gets mad at me. So that's the update. I'll bring you back hopefully with the chick this afternoon or an operation. Alright guys, we're back. This is the egg that I previously showed this morning, and I said I would come around and do an operation at noon during my lunch break. That didn't happen, so now it's 6 p.m. so I'm gonna have to do an operation here. So warning to everybody, it's a little gruesome. It's not that great. So but what's happening is the chick is still alive, but that film is essentially drying up and it's sticking to his body and skin and everything else. So it might look that the bird is in pain. The bird is not in pain. Little discomfort, I'm not gonna say it's not, and it may look a little bloody, so I apologize for the scene. But this is to show that you're able to do this, and you know these have been sanitized with alcohol, and I'm not wearing gloves, but I did wash my hands, and I try to be, there you go, see I took a little piece of its I guess fur this time. They're not feathers, but that's because it's stuck to his body, and if I leave him here, what's gonna happen is he's gonna die much like the others in the past. And I did a video with the Elliott pheasants that didn't hatch, and the one that was hatching, it just stayed halfway because that film basically stuck around its body and did not allow it to turn around and keep on working at the shell, which is basically what happened here too. So you can see the difference between that film when it's wet and you know it's got a lot of fluids, and the dry part. It almost looked like it's burnt. See there? So here's the shell. So I'm taking a shell, and you'll see all this stuck to him. So it's not too bad here, but a couple of more hours in this heat, it would have basically stuck to his body, not allowing it to move around and keep on chipping away at the shell. So all right, this is, I guess, no different than a vet going into a cow or into a horse, one of them large animals, and sticking his or her arm inside the animal and pulling the baby out. This is no different. It's essentially the same. It's a little nasty, but we're trying to give this chick a chance at life. And there he goes. You see how immediately after he removed the other shell, he's already trying to get out. See that? So if I remove enough of this hard shell, he will come out on his own, which is what we want. There you go. So I'm gonna peel a little bit of the skin off, or whatever that is. I'm certainly not a scientist. There you go. That skin hard again, stuck to its body. So we're gonna give these guys, or at least this guy, I have another one that I'm thinking of doing from the turkeys that I'm hatching in the other incubator. I might do him as early as tomorrow morning if I don't really see him. So there you go. He's out. He's out. So all right.
I heard him.
So that
I heard him so much pushed down.
That certainly was not comfortable, but he's out. So we'll put him back, because we want to keep that side of the yoke inside near his butt, because that's still attached. Believe it or not, that's still attached to his backside. So all right, this is the process. Thanks for watching, guys. All right, so there he is. I put him back. You see how he still has that film stuck to its, I guess, his back and feather, but at least we gave him a chance at life. And this one came out of the Easter egger, or the olive egger, or Araucana. I know people call it by all kinds of names.